Good morning. So you're welcome to the Clean Energy Room. My name is Emmanuel Okpala. I'm also an international trainer at CLP, and I'll be moderating this room. So everyone is welcome. As we all know, ClimateLaunchpad is all about unlocking the world's clean tech potential, and we do that by addressing climate change, including the climate ideas that you are working on, and we put emphasis on doing that now more than ever. ClimateLaunchpad started out in 10 countries in 2014, and interestingly now in 59 countries around the world. This year, there's going to be the regional finals as we are having it, of which 80 teams in total are competing in the semi-final stage to get down to the global finals itself. And that's very interesting. The fact you're here to pitch your ideas shows you've done great work, you've moved very high, and you are very, very close to the final stage. So I would say big congratulations in advance. In fact, congratulations for coming this far, right? Well done and great job. So you'll be pitching under the clean energy idea today, which is a very interesting one we love to hear about. As it's gonna be, we have 4 members of our jury on the call. You would actually see their name already as jury. So it's gonna be a very interesting session. They will listen to you and get to have everything you want to say. But score, actually, all 16 of us cannot get to the global finals, right? So we are just gonna go with 2. And that's interesting. So we hope the best to come out of this. What you get if you're part of the top 2, you get another opportunity to pitch in the global finals that will take place in November 3rd on Thursday, in front of a new set of jury, an opportunity to win a cash prize of about 10,000 euros for the first, 5,000 euros for the second, and 2,500 euros for the third. And guess what? It also comes with an eternal glory of coming this far and being the best out of all the lots who had applied. We had over 1,900 applications for this year's ClimateLaunchpad. So it's really been a whole lot of work and journey from all of you. But then the top 16 would also have an opportunity, aside from the prize money, to assess the ClimateLaunchpad Claim Accelerator that will start from next year. What the accelerator does is provide tailored follow-on support to the winning teams and also help you turn your ideas into successful businesses with a view to create positive climate impact. So that means 2 of you or 2 of the team that will pitch today will not just have an opportunity to get the money, but would definitely is assured that they will get into the Climate Accelerator. So we look forward to having all of you there. This is not going to be live streamed. This is actually like a session out of being live streamed, but the global grand final itself will be live streamed in November, so like I said earlier. But then you would be aware of who the top 2 are from today's event by tomorrow at 2 p.m. CEST. So that's going to be live streamed, and you have an access to look through and then understand who made it through and who did not make it through. So I would say welcome to everyone once again. It's good to have you on the call, and I look forward to a successful pitching. But then let's go first with some house rules. Please, if you have not done so, try to rename yourself, your startup name first, then your own name. Please keep your mics and video off, especially when you're not presenting. You'll be called upon to pitch, and when you're called upon, your recorded pitch will be played. After that, you will then have an option to, or you'll also be allowed to participate in the Q&A, where the jury would ask you some questions to better understand your idea, and then also help them to better know how to complete their scorecards. As soon as that is done, please feel free to leave the room. Yes, I would also make that known. Please feel free to leave the room. I think you're done with the business for today, and wait back for tomorrow when the announcement will be made. Now, so this is how it's going to go. There's going to be a 5-minute pre-recorded pitch that will be played. You already have your pitches sent, and that's interesting. The Q&A will be for 3 minutes. My advice, kindly try to keep your responses as concise and succinct as possible so that you can have as much questions as possible from the jury and they can better understand what you work on. It could give you an edge when you do such. And yes, there's format compliance that will be strictly adhered to. So I hope you guys have worked a lot in that to make it work. The announcement is tomorrow, like I said, and then the final pitching will be on November 3rd, and the top 16 will have access to the Climb Accelerator program. So at this moment, I would like to introduce the judges. They are all online and waiting. So let's start with Jia Hong Shaw, who is a pedaling investor at Turn On Ventures. Jia, are you there?
Hi, hi everyone. I'm here. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And quick introduction. I function as an angel investor. I work with other angel investors from Singapore. And right now, I call myself the pedaling investor because I am on a educational cycling tour across Europe to learn from the climate entrepreneurs like all of you in the room, and also other climate investors, while doing it on a bicycle. So I'm calling in from Belgrade, Serbia, at this point, and I'm headed towards Bulgaria. I've invested for a bit more than a year now in various startups across the climate space, but I've always been in the investments industry. Yeah, I'll pass it on to the next jury.
Thank you very much. But before we do that, is there any expectation or comments or advice you want to make to the participants?
I think it's really just don't be too stressed about this sort of pitching. There will be a lot of pitching going forward. It's a big part of startup life. So be yourself. I think that's really important. Just be who you are.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jia. Thank you so much. Next will be Jim Totti, Managing Director of Earth Capital. Jim, are you there?
Emmanuel, thanks very much. Jim Totti, actually Managing Director at Viridis Capital is my company. So I'm an investor in clean technologies. I've been doing that for just over 20 years now. Originally started out, did a doctorate in energy efficiency technology in the UK at Imperial College, London. But I've been working in the capital markets for 25 years now, in case of renewable energy since the late 90s and other sectors more recently. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see lots of new ideas, solving lots of unmet market needs, and looking forward to the pitches very much.
Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you very much. Next is Dr. Erwin Edwards, the CEO of Atom Solutions, Inc. Hi, Erwin.
Hi, and good morning to all. And believe me, it is a very early morning for me. I'm really excited to be here. I had a look at some of the stuff that you guys will be talking about. It looks very interesting. It's good to see these kinds of initiatives going on. As said, I'm CEO of Atom Solutions, Inc. We are primarily a consulting company in the area of technologies, specifically energy and ICT. I generally work for the multilaterals and governments to help them to put together programs for their countries. So I'm hoping that some of the stuff I hear here today will actually be able to be implemented in some of the smaller islands. I'm actually calling out of Barbados. It's a very small island, the most easterly of all the Caribbean islands, closest ones to Africa. From their west side. So I'm excited, and I really look forward to hearing what you guys can present today. Thank you.
Nice to have you, Erwin. Thank you for joining the call also so early in the morning. Next on the list is Friso Lippmann, the Innovation Manager at Offshore Renewables at TUDEX. Hi, Friso.
Hi there, Emmanuel. Thank you. Am I loud and clear?
Very loud and clear.
Okay, great. Thanks for being here. Great. I'm Friso Lippmann, working at the Delft University of Technology, in short TU Delft. in Delft, in the Netherlands, and I'm an innovation manager indeed in clean technology, especially in offshore renewable energy lately, but been working also broadly across the field. The university is all about, of course, research and education, but also about innovation, and that's what we're talking about today, of course. Very eager to see what's going to happen, and then all the pitches. And indeed, I would like to repeat to all the pitchers, so to say, be yourself, be relaxed, and happy to hear your story.
Thank you so much, Friso. Thanks everyone for joining in. Looking forward to a very interesting pitching session. So here is how the order of the pitching would be. Solar Spider will go first. Next will be the solar wheel. Next will be the 2D membrane. Solumar, Turbo Solar, Innovare, WindCredible, Carbon Neutral Initiative, GreenHim, and then lastly would be WAGA. Like I said earlier, as soon as the Q&A is done for WAGA, the startups are free to quickly leave the room. I think that's all for the day. And please check back again tomorrow using the link provided to find out who the final or who the top 2 are from this room. So good luck, everyone. Let's keep on working hard to fix climate change one startup at a time. So I'll be playing the first pitching, which is going to be from Solar Spider. Please, Solar Spider, get ready thereafter for your 3 minutes Q&A session.
We will fail to reach our climate goals unless we find faster ways to drastically increase the capacity of renewable energies. Hello, I'm Peter from Solar Spider, and we are helping to speed up the renewable energy transition. We, Solar Spider, are selling a pre-assembled photovoltaic system to photovoltaic project developers for industrial facade projects for 1,200 euros per kilowatt peak. Our beachhead market is the DACH region, that is Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. This market is worth 220 million euros. The European market is 730 million euros in size, and the global market is worth 12 billion euros. Our customer value proposition is simple: earning money with your walls. By investing in a Solar Spider photovoltaic facade system, the customer starts to earn money after 11 years. In comparison to state-of-the-art PV facade technology that gets installed on existing facades, the amortization time is 24 years or even higher. Most buildings do not have any PV systems on the walls and are not earning anything. This calculation was done with pre-war electricity costs and feed-in tariffs, as the business model must sustain when we leave the crazy price situation hopefully behind, where we are in right now. The product is a flexible, foldable photovoltaic system. The photovoltaic panels can be pre-assembled in a factory and folded to a stack. The stack can be transported to the construction site, where it can be unfolded, hung and fixed onto the building wall. This pre-assembling and installation method saves 70% of installation time. We have several competitive advantages. We filed a patent for the folding mechanism. The price, since we achieve a significant cost reduction due to mass production and decreased installation time. Further, it can be quickly removed in case the customer wants to expand the building or a new unexpected neighbor starts to appear. During our customer discovery process, we did more than 30 interviews. Our key assumptions were that first, the PV project developers for industrial projects is our beachhead market. Second, price is the key selling point for the end customer. And third, skilled worker shortage is hindering additional photovoltaic projects. What we learned is, yes, PV project developers are the right customer segment to start. Second, price was the key selling point before the war and the supply chain issues due to the COVID lockdowns in China. So currently, speed of product delivery is the key selling point for customers. But the biggest remaining problem is the skilled worker shortage that is slowing down the expansion speed of photovoltaic systems on the market, and hence is the biggest threat in reaching our climate goals. We sell our product for 60,000 euros with a profit of 7,500 euros. So we make 7.2 million euros in annual profit. The key drivers are costs to make the product, the amount of products per deal, and the costs to sell to customers. In comparison to the energy mix in Germany, solar spider facades save 84% in gram CO2 equivalent for every kilowatt hour generated electricity. That saves 30,000 tons of CO2 every year in total in our beachhead market. Our team consists of Markus, Richard, and myself, Peter. We have various backgrounds coming from engineering, science, and business development. And our dream is to make 25% of suitable industrial facades a photovoltaic power plant in Europe by 2030.
Okay, thank you, Solar Spider. Solar Spider team, are you here?
I'm
Okay,
here.
you're ready for the Q&A. Yeah, great to have you, Peter. So
Thank
over
you.
to the jury now for the question and answer session, which starts now. So which of the jury has questions for Peter, please?
Yes, maybe
Friso.
Friso Lippen here from Delft University of Technology. I was wondering, it was partly in your pitch, but to be devil's advocate, this is a very interesting folding system you are talking about. But where actually does the new technology come in? Is it really about existing technology combined to make sure that we can speed up energy transition, or is there also a specific new technology element to it?
It's a combination of existing technologies, bringing out removing the installation time by automating it in a factory, and delivering pre-assembled PV models on a PV mounting system on the construction site.
Clear indeed. And so this would mean you could really work with existing PV panels, maybe in a different format, but not the technology itself has to.
Yeah, we want to use only state-of-the-art materials that can be assembled together to be quick, cheap, and remove work time, basically. Yeah.
Clear. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Friso. Does any of the judges have another question?
Hi.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Gia, please go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
Erwin. Okay,
Erwin.
I was just asking, in terms of the segmentation in the market, yes, I can see, construction companies utilizing this, but is there a plan to look at the more permanent type customer in terms of businesses or residentials? Is there a plan to look at that segment, or have you already incorporated sales to that group? Or you don't see it as a target?
We want to focus on industrial buildings like warehouses, distribution centers, since they have huge facades and high buildings in many cases. And this is the lowest hanging fruit to start with the greatest potential. And we want to start from there and see if there are other opportunities appear.
Thank you very much. We have less than 30 seconds left, but let's quickly take Gia's question, please.
Quick question, which is the type of solar panel used? Is it the similar ones to current large-scale solar farms, or the ones used for?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. We have less than 10 seconds. I don't think you can ask any other question in less than that, right? So at this point, I would say thank you very much, Solar Spider. It was a great teaching session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back to the next one. Solar Wheel, I hope you are ready. Solar Wheel, are you on the call, please? Are you ready? Do we have the Solar Wheel team online, please?
Yes, sorry, they were in the waiting room. They're joining now. You can start the presentation.
Okay, yeah, they are in now. That's fine, thanks. So let's please watch the video.
Hi everyone, thank you for having us. My name is Javier Guardiola and I'm the leader of the Solar Wheel project. To begin with, did you know that in the last few years, around 12 million bicycles per year were produced in the European Union? What if, in parallel to that production, we could improve the conventional bikes we already have by electrifying them? And what if not only that, but we could turn them into better e-bikes thanks to solar energy? That's why we are here. We want to introduce you to the Solar e-bike conversion kit. It includes 1 or 2 solar wheels and everything necessary to electrify a conventional bike. The price of our conversion kit will be of 800 euros on average. Our vision is to contribute to making cities greener and transport systems more efficient. Our beachhead market is bike commuters in the 30 to 50 age group. We will start in Spain, where the total addressable market goes up to 30 million euros per year. Geographically, as we depend on the sun, we will expand towards countries with similar latitudes. First Europe, and then the US. The latter because the research partner company that owns the intellectual property of the solar wheel is based in that country. At the same time, we will expand to adjacent markets in cities, since our product is a cross-sector technology. Our value proposition is that electrifying your conventional bike with our solar e-bike conversion kit is 70% cheaper than buying a brand new e-bike. Thanks to solar energy, the additional vehicle range provided will almost eliminate the need to plug in your e-bike to recharge it. The solar wheel has a patented design, property of our partner in the US, with whom we are negotiating an exclusive exploitation agreement. On the slide, you can see a simplified schematic of the product and the area that is protected by intellectual property. Plus, solar wheel adds significant vehicle range and is compatible with several battery types and wheel sizes. Regarding potential end users, we have already talked with them and also with industry professionals as well as bike associations. Bike commuters travel distances of more than 6 kilometers per day and are looking for a more convenient way to commute without having to give up their current bike. Focusing on the solar wheel, our partner in the US has developed at least 2 prototypes and improved patents once. Now let's time travel to 2027 to check financials. An important assumption here is that the product lifetime is set at 10 years due to usage conditions, compared to the 20 to 25 year lifetime of typical solar panels. Considering we have 20% of the beachhead market, the total expected profit is around 2.8 million euros per year. As important as the business, we have estimated our climate impact. Producing and selling bikes is good news for fighting climate change. There's no doubt about that. But we suggest an even greener solution. Let's improve the conventional bikes we already have by electrifying them. Let's give them a better life. We will save around 50 kilograms of CO2 emissions per bike. With this in mind, and considering 20% of the beachhead market in Spain, we will save around 410 tons of CO2 emissions per year. And this impact will be even greater considering life cycle analysis and comparing it to other vehicles used in cities, such as motorbikes or electric scooters. SolarWheel's team is currently composed of 2 co-founders, my colleague Alvaro, who is an expert on the technical side and really complements my still engineer but business-oriented profile. On the slide, we show 3 relevant advisors, being Alvaro Adam, the link with our partner in the US. We are also supported by Gustavo Morales and Lola Storage. Other than that, we're looking to get to our team experts working directly in the bicycle industry. As a team, we have a dream to contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, to sell by 2027 the equivalent to 16 million euros in revenues of solar e-bike conversion kits, and ultimately to develop a solar bike with a well-known brand. To conclude, remember, SolarWheel will play a significant role in making bicycles and transport systems in cities greener and more efficient. Thank you for listening, and I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, SolarWheel team. So now will be the Q&A. Over to the judges, please.
Javier, hi. It's Jim Totti from Viridis Capital. Thanks very much for a great talk. My question is about your beachhead market. Because with an urban and developed world application, I'm not so convinced on whether there's a real customer pain and a need for the product, but surely your product would be massively valuable in emerging markets and in rural applications. So I just perhaps tell us a little bit more about your choice of beachhead market.
Thank you for the question. Regarding the beachhead market, so in cities, there's a need for people to use more intermodality, and so having electric bikes and solar, in this case, allows people to travel longer distances without having to use, for example, a motorbike or an electric scooter, which pollute more, and you see, considering life cycle analysis, and then just take a train or a bus so as to increase that. And regarding their needs, they're looking for a way to take less effort to go to the job because they don't want to sweat a lot. That's the main point. And electrifying their bikes and solar and converting into solar allows them to also get a better e-bike, thus being more ecological and in the end, the bike. I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Any other question, please?
For me, one quick question. Did you consider the main reasons that persons may want to get a new bike? Because I realize you're targeting those people who want a new bike and trying to persuade them not to get a new bike, but rather to upgrade the bike they have. I mean, how does your product fit or address customers' desire to get a new bike? How did that work for you?
Well, in the context where we're living in, with the pandemic, with the geopolitical situation, people are trying to spend less money. And so current electric bikes are a bit expensive. And so we're targeting the users, the people that are willing to pay a bit less. So get a solar e-bike conversion kit to electrify their bikes and get a better vehicle. I don't know if that answers your question.
And sadly, that's all we can take because the time ends now. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, SolarWheel and the jury for the question. So let's go over to the third startup for today, which is 2D Membrane. 2D Membrane, are you ready for your pitching? 2D Membrane, are you there?
Yes, we are ready. It's me and also with my teammate, Carl.
That's fantastic. So I'll be playing your video now. Just get set.
Hello, everyone. I'm pretty sure you know about Climeworks and their pioneering efforts in carbon reduction. They're capturing the CO2 that is already in the atmosphere, but we can improve upon that and support them by capturing the CO2 at the source of emission before it reaches the environment. We are bringing to you a disruptive, energy-efficient CO2 separation technology that finally makes the carbon capture a viable option. This is Mojtaba, CEO and one of the co-founders of 2D Membranes. Switzerland is committed to the net zero emission by 2050. There are many paths towards carbon reduction suitable for different scales. For industrial CO2 emissions, I have 3 more answers: carbon capture, and carbon capture. We sell energy-efficient carbon capture units to companies with high CO2 emission to comply with the new carbon regulations at a price of 10 million euro for a typical 50 kiloton CO2 per year carbon capture units. We are a B2B business with Switzerland as the beachhead market due to the geographical closeness and aggressive carbon reduction goals, with a plan to expand to the 1.2 trillion euro global market later. Big industrial CO2 emitters such as cement, steel, gas, waste-to-energy, and paper companies are our clients with a huge existing interest. Due to our membrane-based solvent-free technology, we bring forward an innovative process eliminating the high energy consumption of solvent-based conventional units. By doing so, our clients save 4.2 million euro per year utilizing our 50 kiloton CO2 per year capture unit, compared to paying the constantly raising carbon tax of their CO2 emissions. 2 million euro more savings compared to the conventional units. What do we exactly offer? A graphene membrane-based carbon capture unit to separate CO2 from other gases right at the source of emission, like flue gas chimneys. We can adjust the captured CO2 purity so it can be either sold to the local buyers for direct use or converted to other value-added products. We have 5 recent patents protecting the core of our technology, which are incorporation of selective pores in the graphene layer and mechanically supporting this layer in our membrane module. We interviewed a heterogeneous pool of big industrial CO2 emitters and carbon emission regulation and gas separation experts. Currently, there is no carbon emission unit installed in our beachhead market. However, there is a tremendous interest and an urgent need from clients such as Gasnat, Tridel, Steeltech, and Swiss Quality Paper, to name a few. Gasnat has already supported us during the fundamental development of our technology at EPFL University and is interested to help us bring our solution to the market. The deciding factor for clients in selecting a solution is its cost and energy efficiency. Capturing 40% of our beachhead market brings a profit of 120 million euro per year, considering the product cost of about 5 and sell price of 10 million euro. Clients will have their return on investment in 2 to 3 years. The product cost includes the maintenance cost of the product. Not only 3.8 million tons CO2 per year will be saved from entering the atmosphere, our technology uses about 60% less energy to do that compared to the solvent-based conventional units, resulting in an even higher climate impact. We are a spin-off of EPFL University, PhDs and scientists bringing our innovative solution to the market with help of legal and business expert team members. 40 students at EPFL, supervised by 5 professors and 6 more scientists, headed by Professor Agrabal, who is the world leader of graphene-based gas separation, are actively working on advancing our technology, which will ensure maintaining our superior performance in future too. I know that we sound like techie geeks for now, but thanks to the ClimateLaunchpad, we are learning more about the business side to become entrepreneurs, raise money, build a diverse team, and put our innovation on its path to the market. We dream to achieve a valuation of 600 million euro by 2027 while becoming the dominant carbon capture solution in Switzerland. And by going global, we desire to have a significant impact on climate change. On behalf of 2D Membranes team, I thank you for your attention and remind you of my 3 efficient answers to post-combustion CO2 emissions: carbon capture, and carbon capture.
Okay, thank you to the membrane. So over to the question and answer now, which starts right away.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, Friso Lippen here, Jiri from TU Delft. Interesting, very interesting. I was wondering, how does this relate to existing carbon capture technologies and the market you are going for? It's a large potential, of course, but I don't think I've heard anything on well, the the competitors?
So all existing solutions for now are liquid-based solutions. So they use the liquid solution, which then captures CO2. But the problem with these solutions, they are all a lot energy intensive. So and our solution would be cut like the cost down of the product and also the energy savings. So it could cut energy savings by 2 or even more.
Compared to the other technologies already out there.
Exactly.
It's clear, thank you.
Can I ask, hi, it's Jim Totty from Viridis Capital. I guess with any graphene technology, you've always got concerns about its robustness. So can I ask, what sort of areas are you able to produce? How homogeneous actually is the graphene layer? And how robust is it to being poisoned by other impurities in the gas stream that damage it over time?
Yes, actually, so that's a great question, Jim. So now we are, for the graphene itself, we can produce up to 20 square meters of graphene in our current CVD method that we have. And then we're working on making 500 square meter with the Carbolite, one of our industrial partners. Our graphene is quite robust. We have put it with a high temperature and with some steam in our membrane, and it's working. And even if it gets clogged with some hydrocarbons, you can heat it to 150 in the gas stream, and then it will release those hydrocarbons. But with other kind of impurities, then you need pre-filters like other membrane processes too.
Okay, thank you.
I can add quickly to that you have a plant demonstrator with GasNet, which is where we can put and real test our membranes. So we're already planning to put it to the real test and testing with real conditions, how they perform and how they operate.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jim. We still have about 20 more seconds. Do we have any other member of the jury with a question?
Yes, Friso Lippen here again, TU Delft. You were naming specific markets and type of companies. I don't think energy and steel was included. I guess it has to do with the scale. Can you tell a little bit more about that?
So the problem that we don't have really steel here yet.
Hi, Mojaba, can you send Friso a chat so you can answer that question directly because your time is up. Please respond via a chat so he can get that response. That's great. Sorry, Friso, thank you. Just running out of time. So we're going. Thank you very much to the membrane team. That was an awesome pitch. Also,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Next is the Solumar team. Solumar team, are you online? Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready. Hello, everyone.
Okay, ready. Nice to have you. So your video is playing right over there.
Hi, my name is Renee. I'm co-founder and CEO of Solumar. We provide solutions to cut emissions that cause global warming, which causes catastrophic events happening now and endanger property and investments worth trillions of dollars. We developed new air and exhaust gas filtering technology, which today is the only one on the market to capture 99% of all pollutants combined. We sell our products to metal wood processing pharmaceutical companies at $20,000 per unit, but we plan to expand to maritime sector because of the huge market size and sell exhaust gas filtering products to ship owners and port operators at $150,000 per unit, then sell the collected black carbon to outside companies like tires, plastic, carbon fiber manufacturers, following its market price of $1,000 per ton. Maritime market has 3 sub-segments: large ships, small and mid-sized vessels, and port operators to equip their boats, cranes, diesel generators. Our beachhead market is ports for 3 reasons combined. First, it's very consolidated market. Just 14 companies operate 80% of the ports globally, meaning for us faster route to market and lower sales costs. As an entry point, a POC at a port is faster and cheaper to execute and still can serve us as a proof of concept for our future move selling to ships. It's a large market niche with $216 billion opportunity. that still lack an efficient one-size-fits-all solution to cut emissions. By using our products, port operators comply with regulations, reach net zero target by spending between 6 to 12 times less money versus buying scrubbers or go for electrification, and make money from selling byproducts. The product is designed as one compact unit to save space, and the secret lies in the 3 modules, where each module captures different pollutants, making the job easier for the next ones. The first prototype was built for aviation together with Airbus BizLab teams and uses advanced technologies borrowed from the aviation. When used in maritime, it only needs seawater, which is the key to such a low operational cost. It is a market-driven design. We talked to 14 managers at port in our targeted Gulf countries, and before meeting them, we assumed that the main pain point is the greenhouse gases from boats and vessels. After meeting them, it became evident that the main pain point is actually black carbon and ash from heavy machinery and diesel generators, which was later confirmed by the official statistic. For example, one port only emits as many particles as 2 million cars and as 3 power plants. The consumer insight was the trigger for us to design the product modular and to offer flexible solutions on the market. In the first 5 years, we will sell 1,400 products in average every year to 6 port operators that are 40% of those 14 companies that we target, starting from pilots already agreed with Abu Dhabi Port, Aramco, 1 municipality and Coast. Then selling 250 units per port operator every year with a cost to sell per customer of $60,000. That translates to a very optimized cost of sale per product of just $240. Profit per product reaches $55,000, providing an opportunity for annual profit of $77 million, still by selling at a very competitive price. In 10 years from now on, we will sell 40,000 units, cutting in total 230 million tons of black carbon, plus 680 million tons of CO2. We are an impact-driven team of experienced aviation maritime engineers, young sales and marketing experts, and myself working for more than 20 years for companies like P&G and Nestle. Our dream is to make our first million of revenue and our first million of tons of black carbon cut by the end of 2024. And with partners like you, we will be one step closer to that mission and the business goals. Join us.
Thank you, Solumar, for that nice pitch. Over to the juries for the question and answer session now.
Hi, thank you very much for that presentation. Quick question. How are you going to address your sustainability in terms of your sales in a context where ports and vessels are moving towards more renewable type energies so that they don't have the carbon overload that they have now? So how are you going to combat that to maintain your sales over the long term?
Sure, great question. Thank you for that. We are mainly targeting the retrofit installations now. There are 100,000 ships sailing today. Another 48,000 ships are already ordered, out of which 40,000 are still diesel run generators, which makes the retrofit market still very big, meaning 140,000 ships. And in the ports itself, it's again, there are lots of estimated around 200,000 installations, which are still diesel run. And we are targeting now the retrofit installations, which is still a large market. And yeah, this is my question. This is my answer. And I would like to mention here that there are 2 business models. First thoughts, we were thinking that we are in the business of selling equipment and impact the climate change. Then the more we dig, the more we see that we are in the business of mining black carbon, because black carbon is used in production of lithium-ion batteries, carbon fiber manufacturing, like manufacturing drones, cars, also in electronics. So black carbon itself has a huge market, and it will reach $26 billion in 2026. So meaning that, yeah, we are targeting the retrofit installations, and we are now a little bit shifting our minds into being into the business of mining the black carbon rather than just selling installations.
Okay, we have less than 45 seconds. Do we have any other question? Thank you very much, Rennie. Okay, great. Thank you, Rennie, and thanks to the jury also. Next in line is Turbo Solar. Turbo Solar, are you available, please?
Yes, we are on board.
Great.
Me and Engineer Abdurrahman, my co-founder.
Interesting, you're welcome. So playing your pitching right away.
Thank you.
In a market of fast-growing needs, energy, sweet water, heating, and cooling need a faster, cost-effective solution. A lot of waste has been spread all over the world from previous solar panel solutions. Turbo Solar is a game changer with a 10x innovative solution. That means less area, less waste is going to be there in the market. Our deal is to sell X solar product to system integrator for solar farm in the European Union, which is going to give them 900 watt of energy, 520 British thermal unit, or 1 liter of sweet water for 900 euros, which is make it perfect deal for any system integrator to gain a market and win their bids. Our beachhead market, as we told you, that is going to be in the in European Union for system integrator. We are going to target a top 100 system integrator. 30% of the share market is going to be there. They are gathering around 16.6 gigawatt per year for a solar product. The market is very promising in Europe. Is going to increase until 34% in 2030. When it came to the value proposition, our panel is going to give a less in total cost of ownership by 36%, 85% less in labor cost, 100% more in production of heating and sweet water, 90% less in area, 81% less in maintenance cost, which is making a very good value proposition for both system integrator and as well as the solar farm operators. The product is patented under UAE federal law and in Egypt as well, under a registration number 600-1610. It consists of thermoelectrical generator. We are converting the heat inside the water or molten salt according to the application, generating 900 to 4,000 watt per square meter from the panel. Our panel size is 1 square meter, 1 meter into 1 meter. When it came to the customer discovery, we have met around 25 potential customers through a different exhibition in UAE and during the Expo 2020, validate 3 assumptions. Our learning that the area is not a big concern for the system integrator, as well as the labor cost and the maintenance cost and system cost is matter. By targeting 30% of our top 100 system integrator in Europe, in 5 years we are hoping to achieve 5 million panel of sales, which will generate 918 million in revenue. When it came by targeting a 30% of our beachhead market, we are going to be able to achieve 9 billion kilogram less in waste, 283 million square meter more for green land, which is equal to 90%, more heating and cooling, around 12 billion liters of sweet water, or 19 billion of BTU per thermal unit heat per day, and less CO2 due to operation, 6 billion ton, and 189 ton for the CO2 due to the production. Our dream is to reduce the solar waste after the life cycle by 100 billion kilogram, increase the solar adoption by 10 times. Our team is Mr. Han Al-Khouli, he's the CEO and founder, more than 10 years in business management and business growth for the international hospitality sector. With you, Engineer Abdurrahman Al-Khouli, 17 years in engineering with Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure Development, having 2 registered patents, vast variety of renewable energy product in different areas of the world. We are going to chase our dream until make the other people's life better. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabusola. Over to the jury for the Q&A, please.
Thank you. Hi, Jim Totty from Viridis Capital. You made a statement that you could generate 4,000 watts per square meter, which seems extraordinarily high to me, given that PV might be 200 watts per square meter. Can you just explain what your technology is doing to achieve that, please?
It's a new technology and already registered the patent, and I will leave it, since it's technical, to Engineer Abdurrahman. If you, Abdurrahman, please, if you can explain it in technical part, please.
Yeah, currently, can I share the screen?
Yeah, go ahead. But fast, Abdurrahman, we have only 3 minutes.
Okay, then I'll explain it in words. A thermoelectrical generator, they have a vast variety. According to the temperature difference, we can generate much more energy. Right now, we are talking about 1 to 2 watts, their module. Some modules can reach up to 20 watts. So it's or 30 watts sometimes. It's according to the temperature difference. What we are doing now is a cost-effective solution is 900 euros. And if we need to increase that one to much more higher, as 4,000 watts, we can do that by changing the module which we are using. At the same time, we are going to change the transmittal material, which is going to give more temperature difference. At that moment, we can generate more electricity from the same area.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question, please? Okay, great. Thank you, Tabusola.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So next in line is Innovare. Innovare, are you available, please?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Great. Yes, I can.
You.
Your page plays right away.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Corey Curtin, CEO of Innovare. In this picture, you can see a rubber plantation and rubber seeds. Innovare uses these seeds to make biodiesel fuel to realize a circular economy and a carbon neutral society. The rubber plantation produces a raw material of rubber products called latex. Due to the lower price of natural rubber market, many farmers face a business continuity crisis, and this is a social challenge. So we at Innovare try to create a new added value in the rubber plantation by making green chemical products from this natural rubber seeds. Our main product is biodiesel fuel, which is a carbon neutral fuel. International ocean freight occupies a huge ratio in international transport and is likely to increase globally. On the other hand, it occupies 2% of greenhouse gas emissions, and many shipping companies are trying to find feasible and climate-friendly solutions. Contribute to climate change and social challenges, Innovare procures rubber seeds from rubber plantation farmers and produce biodiesel. Innovare sells biodiesel fuel as marine fuel to shipping companies at around $2 per liter. The biodiesel fuel market has reached almost $60 billion, and this market will grow thanks to the global decarbonization trend. Innovare's initial business area, the ASEAN market, is $16 billion, And our budget market is the ocean freight sector, and we expect to be $600 million annually. The customer value proposition is to apply realistic solution and decrease CO2 emissions. Biodiesel is usually mixed with fossil fuel, and its mixing rate is up to 30%. Biodiesel fuel can apply to current shipping facilities. It means there is no need to build new vessels, and they can cut 30% of CO2 emissions. Innovare's academic research partner has experience applying 100% biodiesel fuel for a small sightseeing ferry in Vietnam. With this success in mind, we plan to apply 30% biodiesel fuel first and step by step increase the rate to reach 100% biodiesel fueled ocean-going vessels in the future. Innovare produces biodiesel fuel by the patented technology called the co-solvent method. This co-solvent method is developed by a Japanese university and can reduce the production cost by around 18%. This is because the co-solvent method has two advantages compared to other existing processes. First, the co-solvent method can reduce energy consumption compared with the conventional method because we can have a chemical reaction at room temperature. Second, the co-solvent method can shorten the processing time, which can improve production efficiency. Those two advantages make the production cost low. We had several interviews with Japanese companies and identified 4 key findings. First, small-sized vessels called a handy size or less have the potential to apply a biodiesel fuel because their loading weight and capacity are very limited. The second findings, we need to provide cheap and reasonably priced fuel, even if it is biofuel. The third finding is the need to supply large amounts and stable quality as ships take in fuel in large quantities. Fourth, we need to certify that the life cycle analysis of Innovare's biodiesel fuels is lower than other biodiesel fuels. This is our financial scheme. We make our revenue and healthy profits by selling biodiesel fuel to shipping industry. To supply enough amount to customers, we expect to have long-term supply agreement with limited customers. As for climate impact, Innovare plans to produce biodiesel fuel up to 300,000 kiloliters annually. So once we can supply our plant capacity, we can contribute to reducing CO2 emission by 813,000 tons CO2 annually. Finally, this is our team. We have diverse members, and we hired new Thailand members now to develop our business in Thailand. Through our business, we want to make a global startup company with a diverse background and make a positive social impact with rubber plantation farmers. Thank you for all, and thank you for ClimateLaunchpad.
Thank you, Innovare.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, over to the judges for the Q&A.
Hi, can I ask one? Thanks very much for your pitch. It's Jim Totty here. Historically, biofuel companies have struggled to maintain stable gross margins because they're exposed to commodity prices both upstream and downstream in their value chain. How is your business model going to be different? How do you keep stable margins with what you are proposing?
So thank you for your question. So actually, what is can I confirm what is the margins for what?
So profits.
Yes.
With biofuel, a lot of people couldn't have stable profit margins because they were exposed to commodity price risks.
Mm-hmm. So actually, this time we will make some so as I explained in the presentation. So we would like to have the long-term agreement for supply, and also we will sell the cheaper biodiesel fuel thanks to the in production method. So we believe that we can have the enough enough, no, well, how can I say there, enough margin to maintain our business, and also we can supply the lower price compared with the other commodity fuels for shipping companies. So is it the
Okay,
good for
thank you.
your question? Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question?
Hi, this is Jiaho. Quick question. I wanted to understand this feedstock of rubber seeds. Is this like a waste material from the rubber plantation, or?
Yes. So this rubber seeds is not commodity, and there are no value at this moment. So they don't use excepting the seeding, so they will use. But except such their purpose, there are no purpose other than no utilization aim of rubber seeds. Yeah, at this moment. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? We have less than 20 seconds still, so. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Innovare.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That was my session too. Over to WindCredible. WindCredible, is your team available, please?
Yes, Manuel, we're here.
Great. So your pitching is right away.
Good morning. I'm Antonio from Portugal, and I must confess that the past times have made me restless. If you follow the news, you will know that the world is facing several crises. Climate change is becoming undeniable. Our oceans are filled with plastic waste that they have become giant islands. And Europe is going through a big energy crisis, and winter is coming. At WindCredible, we want to democratize a timeless and mature technology to reconnect with the wind and produce green energy in a decentralized manner. We are building micro-wind generators for urban and countryside use. Our dream is to build up 1 megawatt capacity by 2025. Our mission is to sell all-in-one solution that works with the generator, batteries, and allow for remote monitoring and IoT expandability, depending on the customer needs. We will sell a 1 kilowatt system for 2,000 euros to telecommunication companies. The global micro-wind energy market is currently at 7 billion euros and expected to grow to 10 billion euros by 2025, with a compound annual of growth rate at 8.8. The telecommunication companies are expected to grow their networks, so will their energy needs. Using WindCredible on their towers, the companies are expected to lower their electricity consumption by 2,700 kilowatts hour. Annually, will save over 800 kilograms of CO2. Companies are expected to break even on their investment after 5 years of using our product, which is faster compared to solar. Our research and development is being done at the 2 of our universities. Our patented vertical design is safe for the urban environment, silent, self-starting, and with low vibrations and very low maintenance. We are proudly developing prototypes which use upcycled motors from electric mobility vehicles, such as scooters, bikes, and motorcycles. And these generators can be used for community projects, reducing energy poverty. Talking with these companies, we realized there is a product market fit because they consume energy 24/7 and the wind blows day and night. They also have high infrastructure such as antennas, which are perfect to host our turbines. There are big governmental and European incentives for decarbonization. Our product helps build resilience by producing energy locally. Intelligent cities demand smart infrastructures, and our product is a platform for IoT, increasing data production and monitoring. Keeping in line with our goals, we are expected to capture 2 of the 3 major telecommunication companies, selling over 100 products a year. Each one costs 1,200 euros and sells for 2,000 euros. This leads to a profit of around 800 euros per product, netting 330,000 euros of profit per year. These numbers do not account for the expected licensing agreements by 2030. We want to have a positive impact on climate change. And with that purpose in mind, we will use sustainable materials on our own designs and upcycle motors and batteries for community projects. We share the same infrastructure as solar energy, lowering the levelized cost of electricity to 12 cents per kilowatt. Each turbine sold will have a positive annual carbon footprint of 800 kilograms of CO2 and will improve building efficiency by 30%. This is our team, composed by Nelson, the technology guru behind our product, has a PhD in mechatronics and energy engineering. Flip, who has a master in cybersecurity, is leading the business side. I'm Antonio, handling operation and electronics. And Marvin, our advisor and manufacturing expert. We have the dream to build 1 megawatt capacity by 2025 and to develop partnerships and crowdfunding to power more than 100 community homes. Thank you.
Thank you. WindCredible and team. Over to the judges for the Q&A now.
Hi there, Friso Lipman from TU Delft. Thank you for your pitch. Nice storyline. I was wondering, when you look at the built environment, small-scale wind turbines, well, are not coming through. There's reasons for that. Why do you think this will work in this specific market?
Good morning, and thank you for the question. I think we are coming to a time that every source of renewable energy has its place, even if the efficiency was lower in the past. Now it's ever increasing. So we believe we are on the tipping point of the technology becoming ready to be used on a more standardized way.
Okay.
So yeah, the profits or the benefits of the companies using it will largely overcome the expenses.
Okay, thank you.
Can I actually extend Friso's question? Vertical axis wind turbines have a long history and quite a difficult history because of problems with the load on the bearings causing failure, and also high stall speeds, wind speeds below 5 meters per second. How are you going to address that in a way that other vertical wind turbine manufacturers have failed to do in the past?
Our stall speed is quite high, meaning that it can still operate on very windy or adverse places. It endured on wind tunnel tests with wind speeds over 25 meters per second. Regarding the pressure on the bearings, that's one of our major concerns in the design. It's one of our intentions to further develop the turbine, and even we are considering developing IP in that sense, so that extends even more the lifetime of the product. So that's one of our concerns in development.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have about 40 seconds more. Could there be any other question?
Quick question. I may have missed it, but was there a mention of using recycling batteries as part of your product to the telecoms companies? These are usually rich, to be honest. So how are you going to, pitch your product, using recycled material and products that have been used before to these guys who have money enough to buy all new products?
Thank you, Warren, for the question. Yeah, we are actually splitting the sales. We sell for the companies a fully new product. We will use the recycled and upcycled materials for community projects, exactly to answer that specificity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, WindCredible. You can also send a chat in case you have other things you want to explain to that question. Thank you very much, Jury. Also, that was quite insightful. So let's go back to the next startup, Carbon Neutral. Carbon Neutral, please confirm you are available.
I am here. Hi, everyone.
Great. Okay, so your pitch in place now.
In the past year, both Sri Lanka and Kazakhstan have declared bankruptcy, and this was largely due to energy insecurity. Averaging over $4 per gallon, developing countries are at risk, approaching the same fate. Good day, I'm Damani Thomas, founder and CEO of the Carbon Neutral Initiative, a climate solution professionals founded to improve energy security in developing countries. Now, since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the price of fuel has skyrocketed. This has forced refineries worldwide to close down due to high operational costs, and fuel prices are projected to increase as the recession progresses. As such, we created a more sustainable biofuel formula called the D30 biofuel to help refineries decarbonize operations and help developing countries lower fossil fuel dependency. Now, using our royalty revenue model, we partner with refineries, serving as pilot project consultants, and as they scale up, we charge a licensing fee of $28 per barrel produced as the patent owners. Now, we are aiming to play a niche role in this $137 billion market, disrupting ethanol blended fuels market shares. However, our beachhead market is valued at $800 million, working with Jamaican refineries, and we have made contact with the two biggest local players. Currently on the market, refineries use ethanol blended fuels, known as ethane, but this has many disadvantages, such as a 33% lower energy density, which is bad for fuel economy, and it's not compatible with some vehicles. It also incurs an extra transport costs of about $1,800 per tank per trip, because ethane can't be transported through gas pipelines, making it much more expensive. The D30 fuel, however, has a much lower operating cost. It's suitable for distribution through existing pipelines, eliminating that extra transport cost. Also lowers fossil fuel dependency by using local renewable resources and less imported fossil fuels. And it's created by upgrading existing bioethanol to stable alcohols. Our solution reaches a larger market. Now, short for defossilized 30, the D30 formula is a semi-synthetic biofuel, more sustainable than E10, to help developing countries improve energy security. But the D30 fuel is 30% more energy dense, using defossilized biofuels and less gasoline, resulting in a cleaner but cheaper solution. It also uses existing infrastructure and resources already produced by refineries to reach energy needs at a much lower cost. This fuel can also be used in existing cars without any changes to the engine. Now, we have done surveys with 100 respondents and interviewed 3 energy executives. Our key assumptions were that the public is outraged by high fuel prices. Jamaica has been unable to transition to renewables due to spending on current energy needs, and the energy sector is interested in a better solution. Now, we have found that most interviewees are outraged and concerned about energy insecurity, and our current energy bill is 50% of our GDP. As such, we don't have funds to bear the overhead of a renewable project. And the Jamaican government has expressed interest in the D30 fuel, and we will be discussing prospects for a possible pilot project over the next 8 months. Now, over the next 5 years, we aim to acquire 20% of the market, generating $110 million in royalties. Our key drivers are contract negotiations, raw material cost, and energy security. Our solution is very versatile. As such, we have potential for 2 revenue streams, being applicable to biodiesel and bioaviation fuels. Now, fuel consumption is projected to be about the same in 2050 as it is in 2022. The D30 fuel reduces 3 times more greenhouse emissions than ethane gasoline, offsetting 315,000 tons of carbon, which is the equivalent of 105,000 cars off the road. Also improves environmental social governance scores, saving over $10 million in carbon taxes. Now, meet the team. Myself, Damani Thomas. I created this solution when I was about 15 years old in high school because of my drive to improve the world. Our co-founder, Valentina Nicholson, who is head of communications and our linguistics genius. Brian Duarte, our research and engineer with over 20 years experience in energy, clean tech, and sustainability. Our chemical engineer, Abigail Engels, who have worked with Shell for over 5 years. And finally, Akshay Makar, our engine specialist, who have worked with British Petroleum for over 6 years. Now, we dream to earn $100 million in 5 years help refineries honor their commitments to decarbonize and to lower fossil fuel dependency and improve energy security in developing countries. Thank you.
Thank you. Carbon neutral. Over to the jury for the Q&A.
I would like to share a screen also.
Okay, that will be with the permission of the judges of the jury, please. So the Q&A, please. Any question?
Yes, Friso Lipman here. Sorry, yeah, thank you. Friso Lipman here, TU Delft. I was wondering, thanks for the pitch. I was wondering, how do you look at, for instance, other new, well, fairly new energy carriers, clean energy carriers like hydrogen? When you look at competing solutions, can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes, sir. So as stated, our solution is very versatile. So it will keep its relevance over the coming years, being that it's applicable to not only biogasoline, but it's also applicable to biodiesel and bioaviation fuels. And we have already made contact with the International Air Transport Association to work with them to create an entirely new bioaviation fuel process using the D30 fuel, in which it already shows promise to be a more energy efficient process, but we are still working on it.
Clear, thank you. Sorry, Gia, I was interrupting you.
No worries. Yeah, Jia Hong here. Just wanted to understand, where's the stage of this DE30 development? Is it lab pilots? Has it been, how has it been tested so far?
Right. So we have tested the D30 gasoline in a lab setting. We have done a lot of lab testing and beta testing. We haven't had any pilots as yet. We are to have our first pilot within the next starting about February with West Indies Petroleum.
Thank you very much. We have less than 50 seconds. Could there be any other question? Okay, then I guess there'll be no need to show you all the slides. Okay, thank you very much, Carbon Neutral. So let's go back to the next startup. GreenHim, please confirm you're available.
Hello?
Great, your pitch in place now.
Yeah. Sometimes we find ourselves in the utmost need of electricity when we don't have access to unknown hand drive. Isn't it an awful situation? Solar panels are one of the promising tools that can provide a solution of these sort of problems. Through GreenHim, not only can we accelerate transition to renewable energy, but also benefit from a higher conversion rate. Thanks to our new light-efficient solar panel based on a new revolutionary patented hybrid material, which also come in a lighter weight compared to the regular solar panel found in the market. So GreenHim provides a highly green source of energy by proposing a new solar panel based on a revolutionary hybrid material that costs $1 to $2 per watt. The global solar market is so big, it's over 160 billion euro in 2022, and it is expected to hit over 250 billion euro by 2030. Our beachhead markets, or the region where we really want to start off, is Africa. The values that we can offer to our customer are, firstly, our solar panels are very easy to produce. Secondly, instead of using bigger solar panels, we use a smaller, more efficient one. On top of that, our new design is almost 2 times cheaper to the current conventional products. The global solar power comes from silicon based on solar cell. The above are too heavy rigid, expensive, and presents a manufacturing complexity, things that make transition to renewable energy longer. As alternative, we come up with a new hybrid material alternative to silicon that is stable, more efficient, and it has been patented. Also, the most important thing, our material is not toxic. Our new material might revolutionize and provide a set of new technology of vehicle, road, and building integrated photovoltaic. To satisfy customer, we come with the assumption that people like information about the price and how much electricity will be saved by solar panel. In order to meet the customer need, we propose an excellent cost per watt, a long lifetime with a high durability, and also we ensure the reducing of electricity bill. Our financial projection provides that we can make a profit of $79 million per year by getting 30% of the market share in the first 5 years. With 30% of our retail markets, we will save over 1 million tons of carbon dioxide emission per year. I'm Hajar Mu'tasim, founder of GreenHim, a PhD student at Mohammed V University in Rabat. I dream to establish a research development center this year and to start selling my products in the next year, and also to supply the need of electricity around Africa, where 600 million person lack access to electricity. And in the end, I would say that great things are only one action away. Thank you.
Thank you, GreenHim. Thank you. So over to the jury for the Q&A, please.
Hi, Jim Totti here. Can you explain to us what your new semiconductor material is? And I guess I just noticed the price points you were showing. I mean, silicon panels are below $1 a watt at the moment. So I just wondered if you can comment on what market you think your price point will be successful in.
Okay. So our material is a semiconductor, it's a monocomposite semiconductor material that absorbs light very efficiently, and it is composed by an abundantly and very cheap elements. So if you permit, can I share my screen?
Yes, please.
So what we can see here is three graphs. One is the conventional silicon, the second is GreenHim, and the third is the structure of our material. These two graphs mention the absorption coefficient per centimeter as a function of the wavelength in nanometer. And what we can see, the scales are different, but what we can see here is our material, GreenHim, absorb light 800 times more than the conventional silicon. And as we know, more we absorb light, more we can have electricity. So we can ensure the production of a very efficient, revolutionary solar panel.
Are you able to say what semiconductor material you're using?
Sorry?
Are you able to say what semiconductor material you are using?
So right now I cannot talk, I cannot tell the exact elements of the material, but the elements are very cheap and available.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Hajar, please stop sharing your screen. Would there be another question? We have less than 35 seconds.
Friso Lippman here, TU Delft. Thank you for the pitch. I was wondering about the management team to make this happen.
Yeah, so now I'm in the early stage, beyond the technical stage, And of course, in the process of assembling a team of success with a commercial and financial background once this technical stage has ended.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all the much we can take. Thank you, Jury, and also thank you, Haja, for that presentation. Yeah, you're welcome. So we're going over to the last startup for today, which is WAGA. WAGA, are you online, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Great, you're pitching, please, now.
Hi, I was born in a village where electricity was a challenge, so we had to travel over 32 miles to reach charging stations. When I went for my university studies, with over 52 universities and 122,000 students, we all had to have laptops. And the batteries kept on dying, increasing to the number of crash. But I found out that I can transform them into useful battery packs that can power homes. I'm Gibson Kawago from WAGA. So at WAGA, we have women and youth battery collectors who get paid $1.5 per kilogram. And the batteries are broken down, plastics are separated, sent to a recycling center, and the lithium-ion cells are sorted, spot well together to have functional battery packs. These battery packs are rent to local homes and shop owners at only $0.3 per day, and after 5 months, they fully own the battery packs. Here are the people waiting for their problems to get solved. 61 million people in Tanzania, 22 million live in urban areas where electricity is unreliable and they use as backup. And 39 million people live in rural areas where there's low access to the grid, so they use to power up their homes. Our beachhead market at the rural population in Iringa region, over 940,000 people who use our battery packs to power up their homes. Currently, waste collectors get only $800 per ton of the waste collected. While collecting our laptop batteries for WAGA, they get paid over $1,900 per ton, which increases their income by 53%. And the cost of electricity per household per year currently is over $1,488. And with your WAGA battery packs, they only pay $108 per household per year, which cuts their cost by 93%. Our battery packs do not have smoke as the generators. We create jobs to women and youth, and we have powered over 5 local homes and 25 households here. Our batteries are efficient as we use lithium-ion battery technology. Here are our products. These battery packs can power a home up to 15 hours in a single charge. And our solar lamps can power up to 13 hours of lighting under a single charge. And these battery packs, the power banks, can charge a mobile phone 4 times from 0 to 100%. We had interviewed 50 people in rural areas in Iringa, and our key assumption was low-income people cannot afford lithium-ion battery packs. And our key learning, we found that they are willing to purchase, and now we have so many orders than what we can give. And we thought they are user-friendly, as the petrol generators that they use have smoke and noise, and ours do not produce that. And we asked them, they said they feel well to use the environmentally friendly local-made battery packs. And we thought that they need fast charging so that they can reduce time to stay under solar. And they said, wow, they want to charge for a short time and use for a long time. Having a market share of 45% of our beachhead market, each product costing $48, we make a profit per year over $500,000. And in 5 years, we are going to hit $2.5 million. In 2018, only 89% of the carbon dioxide emissions came from fossil fuels. And in Tanzania, every year we produce 2.3 million tons of carbon dioxide. And our beachhead market produces over 35,000 tons per year. But we use innovative technology and saving up to 70% of the carbon dioxide emissions. Here is a team dedicated to solve this problem. I'm Gibson Kawago, who has been working on solar and lithium-ion battery technologies for over 4 years, and I've been a manager for the first STEM Park Science Center in Tanzania. And Edgar Tarimo is an experienced environmentalist and public relations officer who has been working on recycling plastic since 2018. Emmanuel Lamek has been the manager for the CRDB Bank and now is our finance officer. Here is our dream. We want to create affordable, reliable battery packs from repurposed laptop batteries with less impact on the environment, and we want to accelerate the transition to clean energy in Tanzania by 80% by 2027. And we want to manufacture our own bikes and electric cars in the next 5 years. Climate crisis is a global problem. Let's join our hands and fight it. Let's transform from trash to clean energy. We are WAGA, and thank you.
Okay, thank you, WAGA. Over to the jury for the Q&A.
Thank you very much for great.
Go ahead, Jim. I'll come after you.
Well, thank you. I'll ask a quick question. You said your unit cost target is $48. How many watt hours of storage will you offer for that product?
The product is 40 ampere hours that operates at 12 volts. That is the smaller one.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, WAGA, for that very exciting presentation. Two quick questions. One, how are you going to sustain the supply of these batteries? And two, how are you charging them? What's the methodology for charging those batteries for your customers?
Thank you. So for sustainability, I've partnered with companies who do electric waste recycling. Can I share my screen? And I've also partnered with people who are repairing laptop batteries, so they supply me. And now I have a company which has over 80 tons of lithium-ion batteries in my first slide I showed for the supply chain, so I'm sure of that. Have I answered your question?
Yes, and in terms of charging, how and where do you plan to charge these batteries?
Okay, yes, they are incorporated with solar panels. So solar panels are staying under the roof, charging the battery packs.
Is that your operation in terms of charging with PV batteries?
Can you come again, please?
I'm saying, is that your operation? Will you be building a complex with your PV that you will use to charge all your batteries?
Yes, so I'll be having a charge station where they come with the batteries, they charge, then they pay as they go. And there are some who are very far from the towns. They are giving small solar panels, like for 40 ampere hours. I own the solar panels, but they will be paying for the battery.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have less than 30 seconds. Could there be any other question? Okay, then, thank you, everyone. Thank you to the teams and also the jury members that participated. We really appreciate your time. The pitch has been very, very interesting, right? So thank you very much. As said earlier, the top two will be announced tomorrow. I guess we all have a link to join or watch the live broadcast. And if you can you also drop it on the chat for those who might not have access to that? Thank you very much. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central European Summer Time, the announcement of the top two, the top 16 will be made, and that includes the top two from the clean energy session. And don't forget, everyone who made it to the top 16 would have access to the CLIM Accelerator next year. So it's gonna be a very interesting time and session for everyone. And I hope we can keep on working on our ideas irrespective of the